today?
Good, thanks very much. And yourself?
Okay, fine. So, the show last night, did
Yes.
you meet your expectations?
Totally, yes. We were so looking forward to this, and I know we're just passing through because this is at the end of the South American and Middle American leg of touring, but we and the whole band, we love to play here. And it's something very, very different to play in the USA. For any crowd in the USA, I mean, there's difference among crowds in the USA, but it's just to be here, to be in Chicago, to be in this marvelous city, to be able to enter the country. It's like it's you know it's almost majestic to be here and to play. And the audience was fantastic. You know, it's lots of people were flying in to see us, so we had good, healthy pressure to play well, and yeah, it was all right.
So can we hope to see you here more often?
Yes,
that's the question
totally.
that everybody wants to answer.
Yes, because like now we only do one city and
Yeah.
go home, but we are definitely working on coming back to do something more proper. And usually that means East and West Coast and maybe this place. But everything has to do with time, logistics, especially, and money. So we have to work on it really hard because touring in America is quite hard for any band because of geographically it's very challenging. So, but we're working on it very much. And this one was quite spontaneously booked because Paul Coeur, my good friend of November's Doom, he arranged everything. We contacted them like maybe you can help us because we're kind of on the way and we're in the neighborhood. And he booked the venue, he did everything, so yeah, it's kind of a spontaneous thing as well, this.
So during the last year you've been touring on and off in Europe a lot. How has it been there?
Very good. I think, me as a solo artist, I'm still growing and finding my way, and it's like I think a process until I stop making music or probably die, when I'm 80. It's the whole thing, like making albums, making music, and touring. It's just like it's a process with many, many layers, and I'm just so happy it's going well, because times are sometimes a bit more difficult, and bands have it very difficult, also in Europe, and yeah, I'm very happy it's going well, and I just love playing, and I love traveling, and I love meeting all these different kinds of people, and yeah.
So speaking about it, what is the main difference between being in a band for like 13 years, like gathering, and now working as a solo artist?
The big difference is that I am in control of everything that is happening. So whether I tour or whether we do the family life, and finding the balance in that, and that's for me, like it seems that like little accomplishments are great accomplishments because I am making it happen myself. Me and Rob together, the band, getting the perfect band together, making an album, touring. It's just really special to be able to, make it happen yourself. Little things and big things are equally satisfying now, So that might be the biggest thing, and then also just deciding on which kind of album you're going to make, or what kind of songs I feel like releasing or writing. Yeah, it's just a nice feeling to be able to make your own decisions like that.
Yeah, speaking about albums, the last one, everything is changing. How can you describe it?
It's a combination of all the things I like in music. So rock, heavy stuff, intensive, layered stuff, but also like simple songs, good melodies, beautiful melodies, pop music, everything, electronics, everything was in this album. And I wanted to do that, and I for my own feeling, I succeeded very much with this album. And I'm happy people really like it as well, because it has a good combination. So rock people really like it, pop people really like it. So I have like a mixed audience coming to the show and getting the album. I'm also working on a new album, which will divide all those elements even more. Like the rock element will be raw and pure, much more than everything's changing. And the beautiful melodies will be more beautiful and more personal and more like that. So I'm taking this concept to a new level, you know.
That's nice. But about the writing process for this album, how did you handle it?
For the Everything is Changing? Yeah. Well, I worked mostly with the writer / producer, Daniel Cardoso. Sorry. He's a guy from Portugal. I met him at an Anathema concert. He's a friend of the band. He's actually playing in Anathema right now. He's doing the keyboards. We got to talking, and he has, you know, he writes some of the most beautiful songs, and we had a good click, good chemistry, and we wrote actually the whole album, almost all of the album together, and he kind of produced it, mixed it, you know, it was so much involved. So I mainly did this album with him, and a few other co-writers, and of course the band playing and all that, which will be different from now. This album, which I'm writing now, is much more with my band and their personalities on it. But I write with 2 or 3 people. I write all the songs. And I take it into the studio, and then we make the songs as they are with the band and the producer.
Okay. So about the lyrics, is there a particular concept behind them?
Not one concept, but of course, in a year that you write an album, you have a certain, you know, look on life or feeling or emotion you want to share. But I think a lot of things for me always are about love and about nature, about the universe, about my life, about all this. These are all themes that come back to me, and I write about positivity, you know, good things. So that, yeah, but it's not a certain story or a certain thing.
Yeah, besides being very famous on the metal scene, you're the most positive person out there. How can it be that such a positive person makes this type of music?
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, not anymore the extreme.
No, that's true. That's true.
But with the gathering, you know, you were kind of dark.
Yeah, that's true. It was darker, but also gathering music has always light at the end of the tunnel. We used to say always. So, and for us and for me, it's very important to go towards the light more than to really move towards the darkness. I think it's more healthy. But also, there's always a little bit of darkness in everybody. You know, we all have our challenges that way. And I think I am more of a positive person myself, but I know this darkness. I know we all have it in our systems. We all are drawn towards the darkness as well. And it's an interesting fact to me, which I am busy with every day of my life, like being positive, sharing positivity, as I know that life can be hard. For lots and lots of people, life is extremely hard, you know. But it's, at the same time, it's an interesting fact that is so. So I write about that a lot. But I like to smile, you know, and on stage I feel good because I love what I do. So I smile, and the smile gets across to the people, and they smile back at me. And so it's kind of a sharing of good energy, and it's very important to me to do that, rather than to wallow in darkness, because I know it lurks always. And you know, I love those themes. I love this music. I love dark music as well, but there has to be a balance. And the balance have to also tip a little bit to light for me, you know. But I know I'm in a dark scene, but people love it. I see like big, huge metalheads smile back at me.
It's true.
And it's great, you know. I see, and I make songs like "Hey Okay," and I sing them, and people and metalheads go like this, you know. And it's just a good, you know, it's a nice fact that, you know, people always want to be happy. In the end, people want to be happy. You know, I think, I hope.
Speaking about the gathering, do you miss that type of music of the early days, like in Nighttime Birds? Do you miss doing that?
I don't miss it necessarily because I've done it, so it's out of my system, but I love those songs, and I love to play the gathering songs live. I love to hear them. I love to talk about them. So that, but I don't even miss my own songs from a few years ago because I'm always looking ahead. So I don't look back a lot. I don't watch YouTubes a lot from the past, you know, or something like that. But if I think about it, I think back with a lot of love and a lot of respect and a lot of happy times, you know. So sometimes I miss more being with the guys, or just more on a personal level than the songs. And some songs we play live still. So yeah, and that's really nice.
So you've been collaborating with many artists during your career. Some recently, Danny from Anathema in Europe, and David Townsend. But is there somebody still, a particular artist you would love to collaborate?
Yeah, I have a few dreams.
Yeah.
They involve singers. I would love to sing. Well, I have my two favorite singers in the world, is Mike Patton and Chino from Deftones. I think they are phenomenal singers and phenomenal artists, and of course they are way up there. But those, like, yeah, those maybe would be my two dreams. Collaborations would be great if they come true one day. But I didn't dare ask them yet. I have a feeling that I have to make the ultimate record in order to ask them to participate in any way. Apart from whether they will do that or not. But I didn't have the guts to ask those guys.
No, yeah.
No, but maybe one day.
We've been working with Danny from Anathema, so you did something acoustic in Europe, and you wrote some songs together, right?
Not really.
Because I saw you posted a picture of you two in the studio, working on songs.
Not sure what that was.
Before the acoustic.
Yeah, well, sometimes like we do, Danny and me, we get put into a certain place in the world, and we do like 1 or 2 weeks of acoustic gigs. So that's kind of what we do. And we are talking about writing an album together. You know, it's in the back of our minds, and we have some ideas. But we did make a live album. And sometimes we're in the studio, just like radio, television studio, just doing the songs. But we didn't really write.
So yes, you were just in a studio, jamming probably.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So what kind of music do you listen to nowadays?
I listen to some rock music like Mastodon and Deftones, all that kind of stuff. I'm really into that, especially when I'm driving. I love playing that stuff when I'm driving, and but I also listen to some softer stuff like singer-songwriter stuff. All kinds of things. Nowadays I listen a lot to Justin Bieber because my son is playing Justin Bieber all the time, and Katy Perry. You know, he loves that. You know, this type of pop music. Which actually is very interesting because I really learn a lot from this type of music. I hear it all the time. I know all those albums by heart because he plays them all the time and in the car when we were driving. So. And I very much like the way certain things are produced, or how Katy Perry works on vocals or does some vocal things and so on. So I secretly I learn a lot from this type of music as well. And I enjoy listening to that. So it's kind of, and I like classical music. I listen like to listen to Mozart, my favorite. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
So when you started singing, was there a particular singer that inspired you and you said, I want to become a singer?
Yeah, in the early days when I was really young, I really listened a lot to stuff that my parents used to have in their record collection. And I listened a lot to Ella Fitzgerald. Later on I was very much into black music like Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye, all those great singers in soul music. But I also listened to, of course, Michael Jackson, Prince. It's kind of black musical oriented actually in my childhood, but also like people like Barbara Streisand with a huge voice, you know. I like singers, you know, with good huge voices. I like that really much, no matter what genre. You know what I mean? So that's why I like Gino and Mike Patton. They have really like strong vocalists. I love that. Yeah. So it's been strong vocalists have ruled my life, like Kate Bush, all my life. Yeah.
Do you do anything special to take care of your voice?
I should. I should, because of my singer body. I should take care of my body. I should rest. I know those huge opera singers, you know, for whom it's much more important to sing really like clear and good. They sleep all the time. It's the only thing they do is eat and sleep and practice. Of course, they sing, right? So rest is really good. Rest is really good. But touring like this, it's no way you're gonna get your mind to sleep. But you know, you can hear it. Like yesterday, I sing. When I sing loud, it crackles a little bit because of air conditioning, because of climate changes, because of tiredness. But it also makes it real. You know what I mean? I'm not an opera singer. I used to have like it would stress me out as well so much. This type of music, but for us it's rock music, you know, and sometimes my voice breaks during the song, and it's fine because it's real. But I have to be really careful. I have to have a good diet, sleep a lot, but sometimes it's not possible.
But that's what people love, like in Sleepy Buildings. It was very real, very spontaneous.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, and I think I did some recordings on albums where I, for instance, just woke up. Like they woke me up, you have to sing, and then you hear the morning voice, or you hear I didn't sing for like hours, and you hear it's starting up, and actually that adds to the reality of human being and a human body and a human voice.
So what are your plans for the future?
Well, I'm recording the album.
The
yes. Well, that's where my focus is, and I will be releasing this in September, and then we're going to tour somewhere. So we're working on European tour, and the immediate future I will be touring with Pain of Salvation when I come home.
Amazing.
Yeah, the good band, huh? Yeah, they're awesome, and they do an acoustic tour, so I'm opening up for them just on my own with guitar. So I'm looking very much forward to that. I think it's going to be nice. I think it's streaming through Europe, so that's cool. And we're working on coming back here for a proper run.
You should have done it here with Pain of Salvation.
Yes, I think so too.
They're coming in May.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
not like
fantastic.
just
with the band, like with the whole.
So we hope to see you soon.
Thanks very much.
And thank you.
You're welcome.